Bye, friend.
Okay, bye, friend. Thank you.
Yeah.
Your life. Your life.
Hi. Hi, Crusaders. Hi, Crusaders. Let's see if there's any Crusaders out there. I don't see any names yet.
Say hello. Oh, sorry.
Say hi, Crusaders.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, we're going to go live. And tonight we are going to be reading an award-winning book called This Is Not My Hat. It's available in the Vista Hills Library. We're reading award-winning books because Vista Hills is an award-winning school. So Dee, did you know that we are nominated to be a Blue Ribbon campus?
I did know that. That's exciting.
A really big deal. It's national. It means that Vista Hills is one of the top schools in the nation. And so we're really proud of that work. But tonight we're going to read an award-winning book because we're an award-winning school. And I want to tell you guys that the award this book won is a Caldecott Award. Each year, there's an award given by the American Library Association for the most distinguished American children's book. And this book, boys and girls, was a winner. And you might recognize some of the previous winners of a Caldecott Award. And those are like Owl Moon, The Polar Express, Where the Wild Things Are. You all remember those books. So we're in for a treat. This is an award-winning book. So I want to introduce you to this book called This Is Not My Hat. And if you look at the cover, it's just a lonely fish, but he does have a hat on. Dee, do you know what kind of hat that is?
That looks like a bowler hat to me.
A bowler hat. So it's a bowler hat. And I am going to read to you about why this is not this poor fish's hat. Okay? So let me begin. This is not my hat. By John Klassen. This hat is not mine. I stole it. Oh, my goodness. I stole it from a big fish. He was asleep when I did it. Do you see him? He has like his eyes mimes. He's asleep. He was asleep when he stole it. And he probably won't wake up for a long time. Does he look like he's not going to wake up for a long time? He's awake. Let's see if he notices his hat is missing, Dee. And even if he does wake up, he probably doesn't even know. He won't even notice that it's gone. Do you think he notices it's gone? Look at his eyes.
Yeah.
He knows it's gone. He's like, wait a minute, something's missing. And if he notices it's gone, even if he notices it's gone, he probably won't know that it was me who took it. Well, I don't know if he knows that, but he is definitely suspicious. If you look at his eye, that's the look of suspicion. Who took my hat? Then, this is the fish being a very positive thinker. He's got a very positive outlook. And even if he does guess it was me, he won't know where I'm going. And guess what? He's taken off. He's like, I'm on the hunt.
You think he's following him?
He's going to find out who took his hat. He's like Miss Calderon with an investigation. There he goes. He's like, I better hurry. He's swimming along. And he says, but I'll tell you where I'm going. So I'll tell you where I'm going. And he says, I'm going to where the plants grow big and tall and close together. Why would he go somewhere where the plants are big and tall and close together? You think maybe he wants to hide? It's very hard to see in there. Nobody will ever find me. So this little fish thief is on his way to go hide. And then he sees somebody. And here he says, there's someone who saw me already. But he said he wouldn't tell anyone which way I went. Do you think he'd tell? He's going to tell, Dee?
I think so. His eyes look a little suspicious.
Yeah, he doesn't look too honest. That's an honest looking crab. But he said that he saw him, but he doesn't think he'll tell. And this is what he says. So I'm not worried about that. And here comes the suspicious big fish saying, who has my hat? And there he is. Do you think he's saying that way? He's like, there you go. So then he says, I know it was wrong to steal a hat. I know it doesn't belong to me. So he knows what he did was wrong, but I'm going to keep it. And it was too small for him anyway. It fits me just right. So he's like hating on that big fish. He's like, it's too small for you. So I'm going to keep it. And so, see, this hat's too small for Miss Calderon too, but I have it on. And look, I made it. He made it to where the big, tall plants are. Where the plants are big and tall and close together. He made it. So what is he going to do?
He's going to hide in that seaweed.
Yep. I knew I was going to make it. He knew it. You see him in there? But then look who's right here. With a very suspicious look still on his face. He's like, He knows he's getting closer. And then he says, nobody will ever find me. But look at this. Is he about to find him? He's putting his big schnooter in there. He's going to find him. And here you are. He's camouflaged. Boys and girls, that's a science word. Because we can't see any of the fish in there. But we can imagine that they might have an encounter because they're both back there. And here's the innocent bystander. He's like, here I am. I'm just witnessing this event.
The tattletale.
Yeah, and he's probably like, I don't have a hat, so. And what do you think happened? Look. And look, his eye is no longer suspicious. He seems at peace. Now I have my gorro back. So he's got his hat back. And he's super happy. And that's the end of our story, Dee.
That's cute. I've never read that book before.
This is not my hat. From a little fish thief. So, Dee, we talked about hats, and I have a sombrero on. But this is a very tiny hat. So I kind of look at fish with the little hat.
We were talking about hats. I have a bunch of hats here, actually.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys have seen, this one's falling apart because it's so old, but kind of like how Miss Calderon has, we have another little hat here. And this is my little Mad Hatter hat. It's, like I said, it's falling apart. It's broken. But in the old days, and even sometimes now in the UK, in the United Kingdom, in England, women wear fancy little hats. I don't know if you guys ever saw on TV when they had like a wedding, when they had a royal wedding, women wear these hats. And it's kind of a status thing, meaning it's kind of like to show how classy you are, how fancy you are. And it's also a tradition. So whenever people go to even the derbies here in the United States, like the Kentucky derbies and weddings in Europe, women wear these hats, and some of them look crazy, but it's just, it's their culture. This is what they do. So they wear hats like this. But we were also talking about different kind of hats. And I know like these little fancy hats don't really have too much of a function other than looking fancy. But we have different kinds of hats, like baseball caps. How many of you guys have baseball caps? I'm sure most of you do.
Mhm.
I have one that says I love Vista Hills, but this is, I went to Riverside, so this is a Riverside baseball cap. So what does this do? This protects my eyes from the sun. Okay. What other kinds of hats do we have? We have fedora hats.
Woo.
Fedora hats are men's hats usually, but women's have them too. So this is a men's one. This one is the one that I borrowed from my dad.
Yeah, Larcon has a fedora hat.
Hey, I love fedora hats. That's why mine's also fedora hat. So this is a
And
men's fedora hat.
Susan Aguirre has one. Her and her brother do.
They're pretty cool. And this is a women's fedora hat, so it looks a little bit smaller. Miss Virginia in the office actually gave me this hat for my birthday, and I love it. What other kinds of hats do we have, guys? Let's talk about that.
Work hats. What kind of hats do people wear for work? Because there's hats that have a specific reason for work.
Right. So a hat that I usually wear, and I don't have it with me because I'm actually washing it, is a scrub cap. So I don't know if you guys have seen doctors and nurses when they wear those little kind of bouffant, they look like shower caps kind of, but they tie in the back. That's used to keep our hair out of our face and to keep us nice and clean. So that way when we go home, if we're around people who are sick, we don't get anything in our hair. And it also protects the patient too. So our hair, because we lose hair, doesn't
Serena Bejarano said a chef's hat. Yes.
Hat.
And those actually symbolize their level or their rank, right? As chef, like depending on the hat that they wear, it like is a symbol and lets others know what rank they are in as far as the chef.
Mm-hmm.
If they're a sous chef or they're the main chef, the head cook. Very good, Serena.
What about hats that protect your head?
Yeah, hard hat.
Hard hats.
Uh-huh.
Hard hats are very good. We have a lot of custodians that wear hard hats. We have people that work in construction. What about firemen? Firemen wear hard hats too.
Yes. Firemen do too. They have to wear those. They have, I mean, and those are pretty heavy. They're pretty soft. I don't think I'd be able to wear one of those all day because it would just be a lot of heaviness on my head. But you were mentioning a hat that they wear in Paris. Can somebody tell us what hat they wear in Paris that the Parisians are known for? Not helmets, Mr. Burstiaga. The Parisians. What are
kind of go to the side. I don't have mine with me.
What are the hats that they wear in Paris? Dee?
Berets. Have you guys ever seen those French berets? They look like flat little hats.
Yes.
Inside. They look nice and fancy.
Yes, Sophia had it. So did Susana Aguirre. They were coming, it's coming in a little bit late. So these kids knew what we were talking about. You know, and there's different hats for different countries. So there's your beret. Very nice. Very nice. And you know, my hat comes from a country, Mexico. Who knows what this hat is called? Even though it's tiny. They're not usually this tiny.
I know our Folklorico boys know.
I'm like the big fish with the tiny hat on today. Mm-hmm. So what is this hat called, boys and girls? Do you know? Saben? Sombrero. Yes, it's a sombrero. So there's many, many hats. And sometimes a figure of speech is I wear a lot of hats. And that is something that means that you do a lot of different things in your job. So teachers wear a lot of hats because sometimes they're your mom when you need them, and then they're nurse D sometimes. Sometimes they're giving you Band-Aids. So teachers wear a lot of hats. So boys and girls, we are super excited to be kicking off Read Across America. But guess what tomorrow is? Today was Wear a Hat Day, obviously. But tomorrow we want to encourage you to wear bright colors, right, Miss Navarrete? Right. Bright colors tomorrow. So we want to be very bright and bright in the sky. So we want to share our brightness and how bright we are as Crusaders because we win all the awards, right? Crusaders are bright. So we will. Oh, and yeah, you guys have a snack for tonight in your bag. So you guys remember picking this up, right? Some of you picked it up. A lot of you did. And inside, there's goldfish. But remember what we say about goldfish. Crusaders do not want to be goldfish. We want to be sharks. Sharks with hats are fine. But goldfish with hats or no hats, we don't want them. So we want to encourage you to eat the goldfish because goldfish are definitely prey and they will not make it. Not over the hills. So we want to encourage you guys tomorrow to tune in because I feel like, yeah, we're sharks. That's right. Somebody put sharks. I love it in there. So we want to encourage you tomorrow to tune in with us. We will be having another guest reader tomorrow, and it's going to be a lot of fun, but we want to be in our bright colors.
And can they wear bright colors to school tomorrow?
Yeah, and you can wear bright colors to school tomorrow. If you come face to face tomorrow, you can wear your bright colors. And oh, and look what else we have, guys. We have a bunch of kids. If you want to continue to look at, there's Miss Navarrete. She's trying to get in the camera. We have a lot of kids. So if you have friends or somebody who didn't pick up their kit and they want to read Across America kit, you can call the front office and come by and pick it up. So we're super excited that we were able to spend this time with our dear, dear Crusaders, our precious babies. We love you, and we hope you have a great evening. And bye, Crusaders. Bye, Nurse D.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Bye, y'all.
See you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.